Alright, so the next and probably the final technique that I'm going to be able to show off is going to be kind of how to get splatter effects. Sometimes as a vehicle or a robot moves through certain terrain, things will splash up on it. So what I'm going to do is take this streaking grime color. It's kind of like a really dark gray. And I'm just going to dip the very, very tip of the brush, and that's way too much paint. It pulls up into the bristles really quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick, and I'm just going to kind of spray effects onto the side. Now this is really heavy. It's very heavy. But the farther away you are, the smaller the particles are going to be. So if you want larger particles, you're going to want to get close. And if you want smaller particles, you want to get farther away. Another thing is how much is on the brush. So the less you have on the brush, the less is going to be able to go onto the kit. So I'm just kind of... You'll usually want to stick this towards the bottom of a mecha, but depending on how heavily used you want this to appear, you might maybe want more. It's not my call. So you can... It's hard to aim it, but that's part of the beauty of it, is that it's incredibly random. Now this is a really, really, really heavily weathered piece. Way heavier than I would probably recommend, unless you were planning on destroying it. I don't think that anything that was this heavily damaged would be functional in any sort of combat scenario. And that's another thing that you kind of have to take into account when you do weathering, is that is this machine going to be functioning, and would something function if it looked like this? Now again, this is a enamel, but it doesn't matter what kind of paint you use. You just need to use the appropriate medium. If you've built the effect heavier than what you want, you just simply let it dry and then use a thinner to remove the excess and build it to the effect that you want. Now you could probably combine this effect using some sort of masking, or if you have scratching effects. This is an acrylic based fluid. You basically just put this over the surface, and then you let it dry, and then you paint over top of it, and then you can kind of go at it with a brush using a little bit of thinner on it. I don't remember if this is... Actually, this might be enamel. But, yeah, anyway, you kind of just go at it with a brush. I don't think you need any thinners on it or anything. You just take a dry brush or a toothpick or a toothbrush, something like that, and you just kind of attack the little areas that you want, and it'll take chunks of it away. I experimented with it a little bit here, and this is the kind of effect it will give. So it kind of bunches up. It's really neat looking, and it leaves a little bit of texture too, so if you're looking for texture, that's a really good way to achieve it. So that's been my weathering series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. I'm not really an expert at weathering. It's not really my specialty. I like doing it because it's fun and it's different, and there's always something new to learn. There's always new techniques out there, and there's always new ways to kind of add more depth to a model and add more realism. Not every model should be showroom finish. I think the best way to hone your skills is to try different things, even if you're not necessarily good at them, and then just kind of work your way into a comfort zone. But I'm also famous for pulling myself out of a comfort zone. So this has been my weathering series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned a little something, and hopefully you guys try some of these techniques out. If there's any that you particularly liked, please let me know. And if there's anything that you want to be elaborated on, I will do my best. Just leave me a comment. And that's all I got. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if there's something that you guys want to know how to do, leave me a comment and I'll do my best to make a tutorial series on it, or try and do a tutorial on it. I don't know what the next theme is going to be. I've got plenty of time to think about it. So I'll come up with something and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.